Find the value of x in the figure below. If the points M and N are at the midpoints of two sides of triangle QRT.
So what is M and M called? Oh,
Mid-segment.
two midpoints create a segment called the mid-segment, okay? So we know our mid-segment, looking at this, clearly these two are not equal to each other. Which one's greater, the bottom or the middle? The bottom. So I can go ahead and say double the middle equal to the bottom, or I could say half of the bottom equal to the middle. What do you guys prefer? Double the middle, because if I half the bottom, you see how ugly the number would end up being? So let's double the middle. 2 times 4x minus 2 must equal 9x minus 7. So when I combine or distribute, we get 8x minus 4 is equal to 9x minus 7. And then what do I do on both sides? Minus 8x. And then I'm going to do something else. Can I also add 7 on both sides? So we know that's a 0 pair. That is a 0 pair. So we get negative 4 and 7 is positive 3. Happens to be just the x. It says to find the value of x. I think we did. X equals 3. Okay, any questions on this one? Okay, let's go to number 7. All right, Jenna, let's read number 7, please.
Below is formed by joining two segments of equal length at common endpoint y. X, y, z. If points x, y, and z are non-collinear, which of the following statements regarding x, z must always be true?
And this actually has to do with the two smaller sides. When I add them, must be greater than the third. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's call this one A. Let's call this one C. And let's call this one, actually, silly me, B. And call this one C. When I add the two smaller side, it has to be greater than the third. So in this case, if I go ahead and say A plus B must be greater than C. And let's write it in terms of what they gave us. A is part of XY. Plus, isn't B, even though it's YZ because of the tick marks, doesn't that also represent XY as well?
Yes.
So we have XY. Must be greater than my C piece is XZ. And the one that satisfied that condition, if I were to further write it out, honestly, I don't know why I put a bar on there, because these are numbers. Oh well. What actually matches this if I were to reverse this? It's either C or D.
D.
D it is. And if I were to even look at it on A, we know XZ is not congruent to XY. All we know is that XY and YZ are congruent by the given. All the rest, do not assume. So again, that's forming a triangle. Add the two smaller side, must be greater than the third side. Good? All right.